All right, and we are back here on the GSMC football podcast. And for the second part of the show, we're going to now get into talking about the Texans Chiefs game for tomorrow. Patrick Mahomes against CJ Stroud will be the first matchup between these two quarterbacks. And now we could change the segment title to what that was, even though you guys saw that pretty much the whole segment. But it's kind of in the zone there talking about the Chargers Broncos game. But yeah, so Chiefs Texans. That will be the first game of the doubleheader tomorrow to go along with some of the college football playoff games that we have tomorrow as well. A lot of football tomorrow on Saturday, so it should be a good one. Yeah, so Mahomes is coming in. He's playing most likely, but barring a setback or if the Chiefs just want to hold him out. But yeah, he's trending towards playing. And yeah, so it was made official. He doesn't carry an injury designation for Saturday's game. Adam Teicher of ESPN.com reports. So, apologize if I butchered his name there. But, yeah, so Mahomes is going to play. And that changes this game because, as opposed to if Carson Wentz was going to start. Now, the Chiefs' offense, I mean, how many times am I going to say it? It has not been great this season. But despite that, they only have one loss. And, home field advantage is in their sights. You still got the Bills who are behind them. And the Bills have the tiebreaker if they were to finish with the same record. So this is an important game for the Chiefs. The Texans, they're kind of locked in to the 4 seed at the moment. Now, if they could win their next 2 games, knock off the Ravens and, knock off the Chiefs here, because they'll be playing the Ravens on Christmas, and maybe they kind of root for the Steelers to lose tomorrow as well. Maybe the Texans find themselves, getting maybe a higher seed. Maybe they get the 3rd seed. I don't think that's going to happen. I think when it's all said and done, the Texans are going to be the 4. And that's been an offense that's kind of struggled as well this year. CJ Stroud has not been as good as he was last year. Now, I do think he's still a very good quarterback, and I think, he's definitely a top 10 quarterback, and, he's got the top 5 potential. But right now, he hasn't really been playing like that. So this is an important game for him. These next 2 games for the Texans are statement games for them, because this will really show me what they're made of come postseason time. Now, the good thing for them is they have the division locked up, but now it's all about seeding. Where is this team going to finish? Now, I keep saying it's going to be the 4. So right now, they would be slated to take on the Ravens. Now, that could very well change after these next 2 weeks, because the Steelers, they'll be taking on the Ravens and the Chiefs. Same thing as the Texans, just in reverse. And the Chiefs, the Chiefs and the Ravens played each other week 1, so we will not be seeing them square off. Even though that would have been nice if they would have put this game a little bit later in the season, that game a little bit later in the season. But that was a great way to start off the NFL season. That was a very good game. But yeah, when it comes to this game though, I expect the Chiefs to win with Patrick Mahomes being at quarterback. What I do worry about is this Texans pass rush getting to Mahomes and hurting him even more, because they got a pretty good defense. And, Derek Stingley, he's coming off of a solid performance last week against the Dolphins, picking off Tua a couple times. And, you got Will Anderson Jr. and Daniil Hunter up front. So, yeah, I do worry about the protection or lack thereof for Mahomes in this game against this Texans defense. But ultimately, what is CJ Stroud going to do in this game? This is on the road. It's cold. Is he going to be able to step up in this game? And, can the Texans get a big win here? I think they definitely could. This was a team in the beginning of the year that I had very high expectations for. And I thought that they could be one of those teams that could maybe knock off the Chiefs. And right now, I can't say they'd be that team. Right now, I think the team that has the best chance of knocking off the Chiefs, at least on the AFC side, is the Buffalo Bills, in my opinion. Because I just think that this could be the year of the Bills and the year of Josh Allen. Now, we've said that in years past, and look what happened. But I think if I were to choose one of the teams that's on the AFC side who can knock off the Chiefs, it's Josh Allen. Because even in the losses to the Chiefs, Josh Allen has played well in the playoffs. It's just Patrick Mahomes and the Chiefs have played better. So, yeah, right now I just don't think the Texans are going to be that team. Now, that doesn't mean they can't, because I've been wrong about plenty of things. But right now, I don't have confidence in them to do it. On the Chiefs side of things, when it comes to their offense, Isaiah Pacheco's still, trying to get his footing back after missing some time. And they also, let go of Clyde Edwards-Helaire. And the Saints picked him up because of the injury to Alvin Kamara. So right now, yeah, you got Kareem Hunt, Isaiah Pacheco, and Samaje Perine. That's your backfield going forward. And Kareem Hunt, I think keeping him on board is a good decision because Kareem Hunt, again, not what he used to be and not really, Isaiah Pacheco can catch passes out of the backfield. Kareem Hunt can still do that, but, Pacheco's a better pass catcher at this point. And Samaje Perine's a better pass catcher too. But Kareem Hunt's a guy that has definitely come in and, can still give Pacheco a breather, because, again, Pacheco's still trying to find his footing. So, and, Xavier Worthy, he had a good game last week against the Browns, had that rushing touchdown. And DeAndre Hopkins was a good pickup as well. Travis Kelce, I'm looking to see, is he going to have a good game here in this spot? Kelsey's kind of been quiet in recent weeks. Did have that 3 or 4 game stretch where he looked like, the Travis Kelce of old, but, he's been kind of quiet as of late. So maybe the Chiefs get him going here. And then defensively for the Chiefs, can they get after C.J. Stroud? That one of the reasons why the Texans have kind of, been a little bit disappointing is C.J. Stroud has had a lack of protection similar to Mahomes. That offensive line has not been great at times this year, and he's gotten banged around. So, the Chiefs could definitely take advantage of that. They got the pass rush to do it. It's going to be up to C.J. Stroud and his receivers, his running game to kind of overcome that. Joe Mixon, what kind of game is he going to have in this game? He's gone against the Chiefs plenty of times. Did struggle last week, didn't really get anything going on offense. So, what is he going to do in this spot? Will he have a bounce-back game? We'll have to wait and see. But Nico Collins, he had a couple of touchdowns last week. Didn't have a ton of yards, but like I said, did score a couple of touchdowns. Hopefully get him going, get Dalton Schultz going, Tank Dell. And we'll see. I think this will be a close game, but I do lean towards the Chiefs in this matchup because they're at home and they just always seem to find a way to win games, to win these close games. And Mahomes is a little banged up, so I am worried about that. But, now it's, the Chiefs, they checked off 2 boxes. Playoff spot, division, now it's home field advantage. They have their sights on that, and they're going to get it. So I think they are going to win this game. And I don't really trust this Texans team on the road in this hostile environment. But we'll see. Maybe they lean on Joe Mixon. If they can establish a running game here, and you rely on Joe Mixon, yeah, that kind of changes the game. It opens up play action for the passing game. I just think, this game, I just think back to last year when they took on the Ravens. I don't think we're going to see that. We're not going to see them get blown out. It's going to be close. But I just see C.J. Stroud and this offense struggling. What is the weather going into this game? So, yeah, it's going to be 39 degrees. It's going to be sunny, though, if that even helps. But yeah, I kind of see the Texans struggling a little bit offensively, and yeah, I think the Chiefs do win this game. I think it'll be close. I think it'll be like a 23-20 game, something like that, something close. Because last night I had 24-20 for the Thursday night game, and it was 24-19 at one point because the Chargers went for two, but then the Chargers then scored 34 points, and then the Broncos kicked a field goal at the end of the game, and then went for the onside kick. But yeah, I could see this game being lower scoring because that's what the Chiefs have been playing. They've been playing some of these games. They've been pretty low scoring. I mean, last week against the Browns was 21-7. The week before that, it was 19-17. The week before that was 19-17 against the Chargers and the Raiders. So I see this being low scoring. I'm curious to see how this game plays out though. But yeah, I got the Chiefs winning, and that's puts them one step closer to getting home field advantage once again in the playoffs. But let me know what you guys think about this game. Who do you think wins? Let me know in the comments. So before we go to break, just want to remind you guys once again to tip or donate and get your comments recognized. Make sure to hit that super chat button in the chat if you want to see me acknowledge any thought or comment you may have throughout the live broadcast. Makes the show more lively, more entertaining between myself, the host, and you guys, the viewers. We appreciate you guys' viewership each and every day, so any contribution you can make to the show means the world to us as we put out content for you guys each and every day. And also, the other way to help out the show is by going to the link at the bottom of the show segment on the ticker, GSMCPodcast.net. That is GSMCPodcast.net. So when we come back from our next break, we will also talk about the other Saturday game, and that is between two AFC North rivals, the Pittsburgh Steelers and the Baltimore Ravens. So we'll get into that discussion when we return. So with that being said, stick around, and we'll be right back here on the GSMC Football Podcast.